Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have an unboxing here. It's actually an unboxing from several things that I have received recently, and I thought I would just show off. I know I have had a number of requests for more unboxing videos, so I thought I would do a check and show you just some of the things that I have received recently. So let's just go through these one by one. So I've actually received a lovely Leonardo pen rest or pen stand, and this is going to be really nice to actually showcase some of my pens off with. You can see it there. It's just a clear acrylic block with the Leonardo name etched into it there, but I thought that was actually quite nice. So I received that recently. And I've also received a Visconti one as well, and I actually managed to purchase a couple of these a couple of years ago actually on eBay. Typically they aren't sold, and they are only available normally for retailers, so they can showcase the pens on display. So I'm actually quite glad that I've actually got another one of these. And also a Leonardo one as well. So they came in very recently, just in a box with some other things that I received. I won't mention who I got those from because it might be sensitive in terms of where they were received from, but I can guarantee that they're not stolen in any way, shape or form. And then I also did an order with Goulet, and this was on Black Friday, and I decided to buy some ink misers. And I know what you're going to say is, oh my god, he's got 4 ink misers. Why does he need 4? Well, there's actually a good story behind that. I've been wanting these ink misers for a couple of years, and they're only available in the US, and they're only $6 a piece, so they're really not that expensive. But if I was to order them because I'm in the UK, I can buy them on Amazon, but it's going to cost me about £20, so closer to $30 to be able to get these. So I decided on Black Friday that I wanted some other things. So I was going to order some more of these. I did already get to with my Montegrappa Extra 1930 Shiny Lines Dove recently, and that came from Goulet as well. But it actually came home to me that I have this a number of conditions. One is FOMO, fear of missing out, and the other one is fault, and it's fear of losing things. And that's probably something you don't hear that often, fault, as an acronym. But I had 2 of these from Goulet, and then one day I woke up and I was going to grab my ink miser, and it had disappeared. And I hunted for a couple of hours. I eventually found it, thankfully. But my fault condition had decided to kick in at that point, and it was like, okay, maybe I need a couple more of these. And I was just going through my cart when I was ordering from Goulet, and I just thought, heck, why not just order 4 of these, and then I'll have 6. And if I were to lose 2, then I've got another 4. If I were to lose 3, I've got another 3, and they're only $6 a piece. So it actually made sense to actually buy these, even though that probably works out to be about £4 plus the shipping, plus there's 20% tax on top of that. It actually works out more 25% because there's 2.5% import duty, and then there's an £8 Royal Mail fee for the entire package. So I always work it out around about 25%. But anyway, I decided to buy some of these ink misers, and they are pretty good because they are basically, if you haven't seen these already, they are basically a stand-up inkwell. You get a little flimsy pipette with them, which, to be honest, I normally just discard because it's, for me, I much prefer an ink syringe. But these are actually really handy. Now, you get similar shorter cones in some ink bottles, like the Sailor ink bottles, but they then tend to have like holes in them because the whole idea is you tip the ink bottle upside down, and then it allows ink to flow in, and then it captures it. So you can't really feel a number 6 size nib from them, even outside of the bottle, let alone inside the bottle. So I really do like these ink misers, and you could just put some ink into an ink vial and fill a nib that way, but because of the conical shape here on the ink miser, it just makes it more easier to try and fill a larger nib. So I really do like these, and but you can only get them from, I think it's Luxury Brands USA that sell these. So you have to basically buy these in the US. If you try to buy them outside the US, then you are going to pay an arm and a leg for them normally. So for me, I decided I would pick up another 4 here, and so now I have 6. And for me, that is going to be a nice round figure, and hopefully if my fault does kick in, it will be no fault of mine. So there you go. And the other thing that I ordered as well, and again this was from Goulet, was they've got these lovely ink wraps, or pen wraps, or pen cases. So I ordered this Rickshaw Bags one. This is the Goulet ink version, and it's a 1 pen wrap, and I don't know if you can see here, but it has a very lovely like plush interior there. It's a single, only for a single pen, but I really do like Mark's work at Rickshaw Bags. I've bought a number of things from him in the past. I was really tempted at actually ordering some of the larger pen rolls. I haven't yet, but then I saw these coming available at Goulet, and I decided I needed to buy these. So I only got 1 single pen roll or pen case there, but I decided, I think it was about $18 for a single one, something around that price. So I decided really for that I'd probably only just buy 1 of them, because I've got a lot of these single version cases anyway, in more of a like a tweed type sort of finish. I think I've got some here, like here you go. Here's one of the tweed-like effects. So it's basically the same as that. It's just in the Goulet ink swirl, basically. So I got that as well. So let me put that out of the way. And then I decided that I would get a couple of these, and these are the 6 pen wraps or pen rolls, and again you can see this lovely plush material here, very very soft, so it's really going to cushion your pens, and I think sort of in terms of the size of these, they are pretty good. So like I can fit my biggest pens in here, which are my Bologna extras, well actually maybe not my largest, but I can fit these in here, and they will just fit in terms of the width and in terms of the length. So that's 4, and it's starting to bunch up a little bit there, but at least that is going to protect my pens. And it is a roll or a wrap, so you can just roll it, and then what you do is you wrap this round, and that goes over there. So now I have 6 pens here in one of these wraps, and it really, okay, it's going to be a little bit heavy. The pens are open on one end, so there is a possibility that maybe like they might drop out, but I think you're going to have to really shake them very very hard. I think that plush material inside really helps to keep these pens in the slots. So for me, this is a really really lovely sort of pen wrap, and I love the varying of colours here: the blue, the green, the red, almost like a yellowy green, the pink as well. It really is a lovely case or pen wrap or pen roll. So I think Goulet did really good in actually getting this into a case. Now the material itself is actually, because it's obviously printed on, it kind of feels like the material is a little bit harsher on the outside, a little bit dotty. Like you can maybe work out that it's more of a texture, and I think what they've done is probably applied some kind of waterproof coating on top of when it was printed, the material. But I really do like this. This is brilliant. So I'm really glad I got two of these, and they are identical. So if I just unwrap this or unroll this one, you'll see here they are identical. But you'll see here, once you put your pens in, it kind of shrinks up a little bit. So that was one of them. So or two of the cases. So if I just take these pens back out, and I really do like Rickshaw Bag's work. They do great work, and I have a number of different pen wraps and pen rolls and that from them. So if I just move this up here, the other one that I want to show you is this one, which you've seen actually since the start of the video, and this is a larger 8-pen wrap, and you can see here, if I rotate it around, this is again this lovely soft I want to say it's felt, but it's more silky felt, but it's really lovely. It's lovely lovely to touch. I better stop doing that. But again, this lovely ink pattern, swirly pattern here, and again, this is from Goulet, but this is the 8-pen. So you've got here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slots here for your pens. You have this lovely velvety flap here. So again, I think let's try and put my pens in here and just see how they fit. And again, these are Armando Simoni Club Bolognas here. So these are not only long pens, but also quite wide, quite girthy, thick pens. So that they're not the smallest kind of pen that you're going to get. They're going to be more on the larger side. And then I've got a couple of Atelier Lusso Andromedas here as well. And so I can put these in. And there you go. So I now have 8 pens in here. I can fold that flap down. Now it's going to be a little bit awkward to try and roll this on camera, but I will try and do it. And see if I can do it. You need to hold that flap in a little bit. And then when you wrap that around, you should hopefully have an 8-pen roll there. Now obviously you want to keep these up one way, so the bottom there is sealed, the top there is also sealed as well. Actually one's the bottom, one's the top. But because you have the flap here, it's not like the other case. Like this case does not have a flap. It just doesn't have a flap that folds over. So for this, it actually protects your pens a little bit more. I think this is ideal, to be honest. Now, in terms of, let's unroll it again. I think let's have a look at maybe one of my, or actually the biggest pen, which is the Danny Trio. This is the bamboo in the Tamanuri Kidami. Now, that will fit, but it's a little tight. And again, size-wise on the top, it will just about fit. But I'm not going to put 8 of these in the wrap, and to be honest, this material will really protect that Urushi lacquer on the pen here. So I think these cases are outstanding quality. As I said a number of times, I do like Rickshaw Bag's work, and I love that they can come out with these pen rolls or pen wraps. I've seen them come out with larger ones at some of the US pen shows, and I think may have held 40 pens or something, and that was a mammoth pen roll. But I kind of would like to see these in maybe a 12 pen roll, maybe even a 20 or 24 pen roll. But I think realistically they're going to be a little bit too oversized. Because there's no handle on these, if I roll this back up again, you are looking at quite a size here in terms of thickness. So like you can see here in terms of my hand, like it's only going about halfway, just over halfway round it. So I think if you had probably 10, 12 or more pens that you could put in one of these rolls, you're probably just going to chuck it into a rucksack anyway. And to be honest, at that point, I probably would be thinking more of space, and I'd probably have a Visconti 12 pen case or something like that. But as you can see, that like these pen rolls are really, really nice. So I picked up 2 of these in the 8 pen, and then I picked up 2 in the 6 pen, and then obviously I got a 1 pen as well, and the ink misers from Goulet. They are really nice. They're not the cheapest of pen cases, but I think they are good value from what I've seen so far. Obviously, the test will be time, and I'll see. I'm sure these will be chucked into my rucksack a lot of the time and taken to pen clubs and things like that. So, or even when I'm traveling. So it'll be interesting to see how these wear over time, and maybe I'll pick that up in a later video at some point. But for me at the moment, I really do like these cases, and I would be very tempted actually to pick up a few more. But I already have a lot of pen cases already, so I don't need a lot more. But there is that fear of missing out or fear of losing things. So I think, yeah, maybe I will pick some more up at some point. If I do end up doing another order from Goulet at some point in the near future, then I may just add another one of each or 2 of each to that order. But at the moment I have nothing planned, but I guess we'll wait and see. But I think the stitching on this is done pretty well. You can see here the stitching is very good, and they do the double or triple stitching here at the end. It's just an overall really good design, good material, good workmanship. There really isn't anything I can fault these for. It has the rickshaw bag's little tab there, or tag, that you can see here, rickshaw bags. But other than that, like I think it's good. I'm not one for branded cases, so I'm really glad that Goulet didn't stick GouletPens.com all over this, or this one as well, because I think that kind of would ruin it, and that's put me off of some pen cases or pen wraps when they've been heavily branded by the retailer. And obviously, like if it's a retailer exclusive, then that's fine. But for me, I much prefer an unbranded case, or just a very little logo, or like with Visconti, they have like a little metal V, but it's very, very small, so you don't really notice it. But there you go, really, and that's the unboxing here. So I thought I would just show you these here today. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.